Jesus Christ.
What a sharp contrast juxtaposing two people, a rich man and a poor man. This Sunday, poverty and wealth, the haves and the have-nots, are given human faces in the parable about a beggar at the gate of a rich man who sits comfortably, securely, and blindly in his splendid dwelling. Both Lazarus, which means God has helped, and the rich man die. Interestingly, the rich man died and was buried, but the poor man is carried by angels to be with Abraham. The poor man is not cuddling in Abraham's lap. The image presupposes an ancient banquet at which pairs of diners recline facing one another. In particular, the guest of honor lies facing the host. What Jesus is presenting is that Lazarus is a guest at the never-ending banquet of the reign of God. And moreover, he is the honored guest who is privileged to lie at table facing Abraham. He could not find a place at the festal tables of the rich, and now he has the place of honor next to Abraham. And see that all of a sudden, stirred by self-interest, the rich man does notice Lazarus and even knows his name. But even in Hades, the rich man cannot throw off his pride, his total self-centeredness, and his indifference to any suffering except his own. During his life, he prepared his own sorry future, but he refuses to admit responsibility for this. He wants Lazarus to be his slave, his water carrier, and his messenger boy. How Jesus develops the rest of the parable is a call and a challenge for the Pharisees, described as those who love the money, and for us. If Lazarus can no longer come to the rich man where he is, let him at least hasten to visit his brothers. It is urgent that they be warned. The listeners are probably thinking that he would appear to them in a dream, but that too is impossible. The five brothers should simply hold to the words of Moses and the prophets. There, in the Torah and the prophetic books, like the one we have today, the first reading from the book of Amos, they will find everything they need to know about the subject of how to deal with riches. This, of course, refers to social equality in Israel, enduring solidarity among the people of God, help for the oppressed, the impoverished, the disenfranchised, the day laborers, the widows, orphans, hungry, the sick, the dying. To those ones, we may add today the unemployed, the underemployed, people with disabilities, asylum seekers, abused women and children. We must try to bridge the chasm in whatever way we can, through personal generosity, individual and group advocacy, information that steers the heart to outreach, ethical business investments, responsible voting. We are called to respond to the Word of God in this life. Like the rich man and his five brothers, no signs, no miracles, not even the Word of God can break into and cover our hearts if we are determined to lock out the disadvantaged from our lives, from our neighborhoods, from our church. Because in them, our poor brother Jesus still sits begging at our gates. How do we choose to respond?